Howdy, folks. Welcome to another edition of Radio Ranch. My name is Ramjet Foxtrot. Now, I am not the normal host that sits in this chair. Mr. Rawhide Foxtrot, my compatriot, is at the 47th Annual World Bull Riding Championship, like he goes to every year, and he's facing off this week against his nemesis, Black Bart, the buckinest bronco of them all. We wish him luck, and we hope that he returns to us safe and sound, not too bruised, not too battered, next week. Good luck, Rawhide. But for now, I need to introduce you to two new Junior Thunder Riders who are going to help me host the show today. All the way on my right, I have
Cowgirl Tintin.
Cowgirl Tintin. And Cowgirl Tintin, the name of your horse?
Jet.
Jet. And in the middle here, your name, sir?
Is Cowboy Joey.
Cowboy Joey. And Joey, the name of your horse?
Is Bolt.
Bolt. And that is like a lightning bolt, correct?
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Well, tell me, where did this name come from?
It is Bolt from the Olympics, the fastest runner.
Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man. You named your horse after that.
Yes.
So what you were saying, in essence, is that your horse is the world's fastest horse.
Yes.
All right, let me ask you a few questions about that, because there are some fast critters here on the ranch. Is Bolt faster than the fastest chipmunk?
Yes.
Ooh, that's fast. Is Bolt faster than the fastest coyote?
Yes.
What? Hold on. Is Bolt faster than Andy the armadillo,
Yes.
who lives down in the Vocabulary Valley?
Yes.
All right. Certainly he's not as fast as this. Is he as fast as that mythical creature that lives here on the Radio Ranch, half jackrabbit, half antelope, the jackalope?
Probably.
Oh, well, that will be a sight to see. The Bolt and Jet are at the trough, drinking some water currently, but we'll go there after the show and see how fast they are, maybe race them. But for now, we got some news here on the ranch. Cowgirl Tintin, Cowboy Joey is going to tell us a little bit about what's happening here on the ranch this week. What's been going on, sir?
In math,
Yep, in math class.
our class learned about comparison, collection, change plus, change minus problems. We had a test this past Thursday and Friday. Everybody did a great job.
Change. You know the thing about change? You know where I find most of my change, guys? In the cushions of my couch. That's the kind of change you're talking about, right? We're talking about nickels and silver dollars, that kind of change?
No. We're talking about the change where the numbers get changed by addition or subtraction.
So this is not the kind of change one might use to buy a sarsaparilla.
No.
No. Well, tell me, can you give me an example of how this change works?
Well, it would be 10 minus 5 would equal 5, and 8 plus 8 equals 16. Because the numbers are changed, it's called change minus and change plus.
So what you're saying is, let's say I had 10 cows, and then they had 5 baby cows, and I added 10 and 5. That's the kind of change we're talking about?
Yes.
All right. I think,
The change of the number.
We have a question.
oh, we have a question here in the Radio Ranch chat room. Yes.
Do they remember the hand signals for change plus and change minus?
Oh, I do love hand signals.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, I'm a big fan of this one and this one. What's the change plus hand signal?
This.
All right.
This is
What
change
about the change minus?
It's like this for the minus.
All right. That's easy to remember. So we got this one. We got this one. All right. Cowgirl Tintin, I believe you have some news for us in the content area. What's been going on?
During content, we learned about animal habitats. We studied the differences between fresh and salty water habitats. We learned about the 5 land habitats. They are tundras, forests, grasslands, deserts, and rainforests. Did you know that a tundra is a desert? Miss Frick is helping us with a research project on habitats.
Habitats. You know, habitats are hard to break. Good habitats, bad habitats. Elvira has a really bad habitat. She eats all my chocolate sometimes. I leave, she eats all my chocolate. Bad habitat. That's what you guys are talking about, right? Like something you do over and over and over again. A habitat? No. What is a habitat?
It's a place where animals live.
Oh, I was way off. Is a place where animals live. Now, you said there are 5 of them here. Tundras, forests, grasslands, deserts, and rainforest. I see one missing. I think we might have to add a 6th. Because you know, here on the ranch, we only have one kind of habitat, and that is open prairie. Cowboy Joey, tell me what's been going on in Fles.
During Fles, Mrs. Garmin taught us about Newton's laws of motion. There are 3 of them. We play tug-of-war to observe the forces of motion. In Fles, Senora Navas and Senorita Caballero taught us about Day of the Dead.
Newton's laws. You know what kind of Newton I love?
No.
A fig Newton. Newton you guys are talking about?
No.
Cake
Sir
on the
Isaac
outside,
Newton.
fruit on the inside?
No, Sir Isaac Newton.
Sir Isaac Newton. Oh, I'm sorry. The very famous scientist. Okay. And you said there are 3 laws of motion. I wonder if anybody out there in the audience knows what those 3 laws of motion are. I'd be interested. Let me know if you know. Now tell me about this Day of the Dead. That sounds terrifying.
It isn't. It's a happy day. It's a happy day for most of the Spanish-speaking countries.
Now, okay, so tell me how this Day of the Dead works.
It's where you celebrate people from your family who have passed away.
And what are some ways that you might celebrate them?
You might make an altar, or with things like that they like toys maybe that they liked, or maybe their favorite food or favorite drink.
Well, that does sound like a very nice way of remembering someone. Oh, look at that, folks. We're to the halfway point of the show, which means it's time for the variety segment. And this week it is one of my most favorite variety segments. We are going round the campfire to listen to some spooky stories. We'll see you after the break.
Howdy, folks. After a long day of roping and riding here on the ranch, me, Rocket, Rawhide, and the Junior Thunder Riders like to go have a seat around the campfire to sing songs, recite poems, swap stories, spin yarns, tell jokes and riddles, and discuss the unusual weather patterns that come to visit us here on the ranch. So stay tuned, because I feel like it's cloudy with a chance of peas tonight.
Hi, my name is Cowgirl Jane, and I'm going to read you a story. One Halloween, I was trick-or-treating, and I saw a haunted house, but it does not scare me. I went to the door and said, "Trick-or-treat." The door opened, and no one was there. I went in and saw a trail of bloody footprints down the hall. I followed them, and when I stopped, I looked up and saw a bloody old lady with no eyes. I looked down and her eyes were on the floor. I looked behind me and an army of zombies was coming my way. I screamed, "Zombies!" One ate me. 100 hours later, zombie barfed me out. When I got out, I said, "That was awesome!" It was getting later and later. It was 9 o'clock. I have to get home. On my way out, some mummies got in my way. I looked at the bloody old lady. She was alive. I said, "That's impossible. No one can do that." I saw a pole, and all the mummies have a string hanging down. I grabbed all the strings and tied them to the pole. I ran all the way home. The end. I'm Cowgirl. I'll read you a story. The vampire sucked my blood in the night because we left the door open, and the vampire get in the home in the night and suck our blood in the night. Dun dun dun.
Those were some spooky stories, my friends. But now we're back, and Cowgirl Tintin is going to tell us about some of the books that she and her classmates have been reading here on the ranch.
In reading, we made nonfiction books. We learned about the glossary, index, table of contents, captions, and bold words. Our character trait words are bold and self-assured.
Wonderful vocabulary words. Cowboy Joey, tell me about what's been going on in your exercise class.
In PE, Coach taught how to do push-ups, jumping jacks, ski jumps, sit-ups, and mountain climbers. Coach lets us choose the exercises. In art, we learned how to make shape people from Miss Donahue. We made them out of paper and crayons. Mrs. Shilka taught us how to play poison, a clapping game. She tries to trick us. Sometimes she tricks us, and sometimes she doesn't.
And Cowgirl Tintin, tell me what you've been writing about.
In writing, we wrote scary stories about Halloween. We used scary words such as ghostly, ghastly, and gloomy. We have snack before we write.
Oh, that sounds delicious. What kind of snack do you have?
I usually have graham crackers.
Oh, delightful. Ghastly, now what's that mean? Can you give me an example of something that might be ghastly?
I don't
Joey?
Like something that's really scary.
All right, what's the most terrifying thing out there, the most ghastly thing you can imagine?
What's that animal that you were talking about?
Oh, you're talking about the jackalope.
Yes, the jackalope.
Can speak with a human voice. Fast as quicksilver.
Spooky.
Spooky and scary. Horns like an antelope. Well, luckily, we haven't seen any of them around here today. But guess what, folks? We've come to the end of the Radio Ranch for this week. We have kept the evil scientists at bay. Rawhide will be back from bull riding next week, so say hello to him when you see him. But for now...
And we have a question
Oh,
in the chat.
look at that. We have a question in the chat room.
How do you play poison?
Yes, I was wondering the same thing, because when I was a child, they told me to stay away from poisons. There was a guy named Mr. Yuck. Told you not to stay away. How do you play poison?
You play poison where there's this one clapping rhythm and you can't clap it, or you have to sit down, you're out of the game.
Okay, so it's a rhythmical game.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
So if there's one certain rhythm, she usually writes it up on the board, and she claps different rhythms, and if we clap the poison rhythm, then we're out.
Is it a little bit like Simon Says?
Sort of.
Sort of like Simon Says. I have very bad rhythm, but you know who'd be great at this? Elvira, my horse. Amazing dancer. Amazing. All right. It has come to that sad time of the show where we must bid you adieu. I am Rawhide Foxtrot. Over here on my right,
Cowgirl Tintin.
Cowgirl Tintin in the middle.
Cowboy Joey.
We're going to wave goodbye, and we will see you next time right here on the Radio Ranch.